What's going on, guys? Welcome in. We made it to the all epic, wonderful episode 69, baby, that we've all been excited about. It's a very special episode on so many levels. But one of those levels is that we are joined today by the community manager of Caliber the Game, Nick ScumbagJuJu. What's up, man?
What's up, guys? Glad to be here. And I didn't even realize it's episode 69. Like, this
I'm
is
so
fitting.
glad
I
you made it
love
for
it.
this one. I'm glad
It's a
love
big
it. Like,
deal.
I'm
you missed it.
proud. This is an achievement.
It's a big deal. It's a big deal. Also joining me to my right, your left, content creator, tactical video game expert extraordinaire, incredibly hydrated, moisturized, ready to rock. BlueTheRobot. What's up, man?
What's up, man? Glad we got to play some Call of Duty last night.
What'd you think of my lobbies?
Dude, just it.
Yeah,
I guess
well,
I'm just that bad. I guess I'm just
No.
that bad. No, definitely not bot lobbies. We were the bots for these guys.
Yeah, I have so when that game came out, we kind of grinded S&D quite a bit, and I got my win-loss ratio in search almost up to 3. I was at like 2.98.
Okay.
And so like we were like winning. And then they changed something with like the last season. They're like, you know what? You're gonna play against actual professionals and cheaters. So
Oh,
enjoy yourself.
Yeah.
And it's been pretty rough. And I
Seeing
can
people like
prove
lock
it.
onto heads and look through walls, and
Yeah.
I was just like, oh, this is the other side of, because like I'm super low level, so I was like, oh, this is great. I'm having a good time owning people. And then I get to playing with all the 450, 490 level guys, whatever the heck it goes up to.
Yeah, it's
rough.
fun, and I can prove it too because I have one of those net doomer routers where you can see where the servers are, and then you can kind of geofence around the closest one to get the best ping. And it always puts us on the coast, like it'll put us in like Massachusetts or California. But there's a server. I live in Kansas. There's a server just like fairly close. It's only like 30 ping for me, and I can geofence around it, and it'll finally force it to go there, and then we get like really good connections and stuff. But it absolutely favors skill over connection, like because
Nice.
we'll be if I don't do that, we'll be like 70, 80 ping playing against like cheaters and 5 stacks and pros, and like it's
That's
pretty
me.
wild.
I'm in Kansas City. I'm still waiting for a server like in my basement. I would love that for Caliber.
The servers. So we'll definitely, because we don't have Nick for a whole long time. We definitely need to get right into Caliber. I thought that was one of the high points. So I played a few hours of the game, and I thought the servers ran really well. Are the North America servers, are those a recent addition with the Steam action?
Yeah. So, I mean, it was about 2 years ago we had North American servers, and the way we had it set up was you could choose between North America, EU, or Russian servers in like Asia, Oceania. The problem was there just wasn't a player base on NA, so you'd search for a game and you'd sit there for like 20 minutes, right? And it just wasn't working out. Everybody ended up just kind of playing on the RU servers anyway. So when we reintroduced it, and this may change, we haven't decided yet, but right now it basically geolocates everybody in the room. It sucks those 4 players in on each team, and it says, okay, we've got 2 Europeans and 6 Americans, and it basically gives favor to the NA server at that point. So the higher the population on a server, and tries to work for everybody at this point. That way, you're not just stuck in a server looking for something.
Yeah, you can at least play. But I don't think that's been a problem lately with Steam, right? At Steam, there's always get NA servers now.
Yeah, I think it's very rare that I've been on a. I think I've been on a South American server a handful of times, which isn't terrible for me being in the Midwest. Shooting right around 100 ping. But I also grew up through Caliber playing on the Russian servers with like 160 ping. So like anything more than that is like awesome to me. But no, it's been really good. It's probably been one of those like late nights, 3-4 a.m. in the morning, North America. And there's just not a huge pop there at that point, but very rare.
Yeah, that's the issue I keep running into, is I don't have a lot of time during the day to play. So when I get on at night, it's kind of just, it's hard to get into those good servers.
And then I don't know, do you know much about the server infrastructure? Because my NetDuma also told me when I hooked to it that it was 60 hertz ping. Is it like officially that, or?
Honestly, I have no idea on that. I would have to ask one of my tech guys who are currently on vacation today for Victory Day.
Gotcha. No, I was surprised to see that. So I can't tell you if that's officially. I don't know how accurate it is, but like when you hook to a server on the NetDoom, it'll tell you if it's peer to peer, dedicated. It'll kind of show you where it's at, and then it'll also give you like the server tick rate, send and receive. And it was telling me that the Caliber servers were 60 hertz, which I can't say officially. We got to be good journalists around here, but it felt good, and it's potentially 60
I
hertz.
I do know playing, like I said, the last couple of years, I've played solely pretty much on RU servers, and any other game I'd play 160 ping on, I would have smashed my keyboard and probably never came back. Like the game is playable and still feels good. You'll get a few jitters here and there when you're in that like really high ping, but it's absolutely playable. It's the most playable game on that kind of ping that I've ever seen, to be honest. So it
Yeah,
could be.
the netcode felt really solid. That was one of my favorite things. And I guess before we get like too crazy far, we should probably take a step back for people that haven't heard about the game. Like what would be your kind of elevator pitch for what the game is in a few sentences?
Yeah, I mean, if you grew up playing games like, SOCOM U.S. Navy SEALs or the old Ghost Recons, if you played Medal of Honor Warfighter, it's kind of a mishmash of that and like a Rainbow Six Siege style, but in the third person. So if you're looking for a game that's fills that third person niche for you that Call of Duty didn't do the right
Yeah.
way, and in my opinion, this is the game because I mean, what's come out in the last decade that you can think of that was done really well in third person.
Yeah, not really any. And I got to be honest with you. This is an FPS podcast, like technically, I guess. And I'm kind of a third person denier, but I had fun. And I played it because I actually fell in love with the vibe of it, the cosmetics and stuff. Like if you're also someone that's into kind of like the immersions of a tactical game, granted there are some there's a lot of HUD elements. It's not hardcore by any means. It's still I would still consider it
Mhm.
like arcade gameplay style, but like the setting, the feel of it, the operator skins, the maps are
Yeah.
all super super believable and all milsim and just tactical, and they look fucking awesome. So I was getting kind of tired of all the cartoony anime stuff all over the place. I'm like, you know what? I like so much about this game,
Some of the
especially
emotes are kind of funny, but that's about
yeah,
it,
yeah,
really.
yeah.
Yeah, I
But
mean that's that we tried to keep it that way though. Like we're everybody that works on the team is kind of like I mean especially like myself, I am a gear whore and like firearms whore, right? Like I'm in the United States. I love the real stuff. I don't want to go see all the crazy colors and anime skins. It's just, it's not for me. It's not for my coworkers. And I think there's a misconception with tactical shooter that when people hear that they instantly think of something like a squad, right? Like a
Or
super hardcore,
Arma, stuff like
right? Like
that.
like to
Yeah.
be. I mean, for me, it doesn't have to be that way. I mean, you can still have that arcade kind of style gameplay, but where Caliber shines in the tactical department is I really think it's hard to win the game by yourself. You have to use teamwork and flanks and use your abilities, to your advantage.
Yeah.
yeah, agreed. And that's what kind of surprised me when I played it. So I was saying like I was kind of a third person hater. Oh, you're just gonna peek around corners and everybody's gonna sit there. But you actually change your mindset a little bit, and there still are a lot of tactics to it. And I've been kind of vocal on Twitter. I'm a little bit tired of the tactical word because I feel like you can bring tactics out of almost any game. I mean, there's tactics to Fortnite, and a lot of people use like tactical to describe like the look and the feel of it, like the gear and stuff that the operators use.
Right.
So I'm kind of weirded out on the tactical word. I don't know where it actually fits in, but this game has different tactics to it 100% when you wrap your head around third person. And someone that kind of came in to gaming later, like I never really played very many third person shooters at all. I'm used to the traditional ADS. I haven't played very much CS:GO or Valorant either. I really like Rainbow Six. So I'm the traditional, look down the sights and stuff, first person.
Hmm.
But once I got to playing it, I think the maps are also, you can tell me if I'm wrong here, but the maps seem definitely to keep third person in mind when they're being designed. Is that true? It's always
I
been
feel the
kind of a
same
third
way
person
too.
game.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, you got to take in mind that there is, the third person and kind of the spotting system. And for those that have ever played like a World of Tanks or something like that, it'll look familiar in that sense that you can spot like people say like, oh, I don't like that the team can see them, but it kind of really helps you build up that team play. And if you know somebody's camping a corner, use tactics because there's ways to get around them. There's different ways to get around the map. You can use abilities. I mean, shit. There's flashbangs. There's grenades. I've even
The
straight run
breakthrough
at.
stuff.
Well, I've
Yeah.
even straight run at people, and then when I know they're getting ready to peek, I'll just pre-fire the damn corner and they step it. I mean, there's different ways to get around that. But I also grew up playing everything from the Halo, the CS, first person Call of Duty. Hell, I don't know if you ever played Rainbow Six Vegas back in the day. That was kind of a
Yeah.
weird one because it was
Vegas
first
2.
person,
Yeah.
but when you hold like your was it the left trigger, I think? You could like get up on the wall and it would go to third person. I don't know if you guys remember that, like the third person
Yeah.
aiming.
When you're like up on cover and stuff like
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
Yeah,
percent.
I grew up definitely playing those early SOCON games and stuff like that as well too. So like I could definitely see the similarities between them.
But that's what
I'm just gonna. Oh,
go ahead. I'm just excited to
No,
talk about like my experience with the game, but I got it. Up
yeah,
here.
well, I'm just
Steel
curious.
Trap,
Like, what is a life in the day of like a community manager for Caliber look like?
oh man, so I think community management as a whole is such an odd job because it entails so many different things. I have definitely like my daily task where I'll check in on, emails and kind of like work chat messages and but it really depends what we're doing. Do we have like Twitch drops going on, which keeps me just absolutely running like 20
Busy.
hours a day. Yeah.
Yeah.
Um, but I mean, I try to just and I think this is more my style of community management. I try to be available to the community. I know there's some games where the community manager kind of just seems like a robot. And I don't like to be that way. I like
Just
to be
like
able to answer.
automatic replies and
Yeah, like
messages.
I like to be
Yeah.
able to answer DMs, and I like to be able to do things like come on podcasts like this, and just hang out, and even jump into games in the Discord and just play some games with the community. Show there's a real person behind that. But yeah, I mean everything from answering questions to if it's like marketing emails to hey, like I want to get my stream up on Twitch drops or um, I mean, yeah, basically kind of I take feedback, a ton of feedback, good or bad is if you give feedback, as long as you don't say game is shit, like if you give me a read like, hey, this sucks and I
Yeah.
think it sucks because of this, like I will
And
accept that
here's
feedback, right?
how I would fix it, kind of
Right,
thing. Yeah.
exactly. Like put some thought into it. If you say this is shit, then I'm just gonna be like, okay, fuck this guy. But
Game's bad.
Yeah.
yeah, exactly. I'm like, but no, so it's things like that and kind of just being a liaison between like the community and the dev team because they're busy in the matrix coding and planning all kinds of stuff out on their end. So
trying to
the
alleviate some
long
of
and
the pressure.
short of it is I sit on Twitter and I play Caliber all day. That's like the short, simple version.
Sounds
dream
rough,
job.
Where do I sign up? No, that's I've always wondered like about the life of a community manager because like you always get those assholes, right? Like this game's dog shit, and it's just like, okay, use your words, buddy. Like what about it don't you like?
Actually,
And
literally just
you get a ton of those on like the Steam, you'll see in the Steam reviews, and it's like you'll get people that played for like 0.2 hours and like this game fucking sucks. And I'm like, okay,
Yeah,
like sure.
4.2
Like I
is
mean, it's
like-
one of those you just gotta have thick skin and you just write it off, and but
Just
I get
ignore
guys
it,
that
yeah.
write out these detailed posts that are like 3 pages long, and I'm reading the book. I'm like, oh god. But like, if you're gonna give feedback, like I'm not expecting that, but at least tell me what you don't like, or if you do like something, let us know. Also, like the devs like to be praised as well. So,
correct.
yeah, social media posts. I mean, I run all the social medias. So, and if you guys ever do DM me and I don't get back to you, please, I have like ADHD and I also have like 80 bajillion directions that I go each day. So if I might look at your message and kind of mentally reply, and then something else
Oh, I do
takes
that
me
all
away.
the
So it's like,
time.
please don't take offense if I don't get back to your DM like in a day or so. Just bump it in my Discord, please.
So along those lines, that made me think of a question. So you said people give chalk reviews and like play 0.2 hours. I feel like there's a lot of content for a lot of people. I focused on the 4v4 round based mode. Annihilation, I think, is the round mode that I really like.
The round based mode would be Showdown.
Showdown.
Annihilation
That's
is kinda
my
like
mode.
the team deathmatch. Yeah.
Yeah. So there's a lot of content in this. How long do you think you'd have to play to experience everything? Like what kind of modes are there in this game? Because I really only played Showdown. I love it. Like what other
Oh
modes are
man.
there?
I mean, you looking to like unlock all the characters and stuff like that, or like
That's my
I mean, 'cause
days worth.
it's a lot to unlock all the characters. But I mean, as far as game modes, In particular, I prefer Showdown more than anything. I also like hacking, which is in ranked right now. We're looking at maybe bringing that back to public battles. And for those who don't know what hacking is, it's kind of like a search and destroy. Um,
What?
I'm just not a
He's like,
PVE guy.
I just saw you
Yeah,
peek up,
yeah.
just like,
So it's basically search and destroy. There's two
ah.
bomb points, an attacking, defending team, and you got to plan on one or the other, and then defend it until basically the server's hacked or the bomb explodes, right? Um, so I mean, there's something for everybody. I enjoy playing PvP myself, but I also don't mind the PvE modes. And we're having like the event we've got going on right now. It's kind of fun if you're playing with some homies. You can run a couple rounds in the World War II thing. So I
Mhm.
don't know. There's something for everybody. If you want to experience it, just go and play it, man. Like it's all there.
Yeah, and it's not that expensive because it's free.
It's free to play, and we also do a shit ton of events, man. Like if I'm being
I
honest,
do
there's
have a question because I know you've gotten this complaint before and stuff like that. Does it seem pay to win because it's free?
so
Especially with
I
the
think
amount of operators and how long it takes to like would level them up. I've definitely gotten that before, and people have written off the game because they heard someone else say,
so. The
oh,
pay to
it's oh,
win thing
don't.
came in probably 2 or 3 years ago. We had this thing called materials that you had to like gather to also upgrade your operator. Now, those materials
Mhm.
could be bought in the store. We took hard feedback from, I mean, basically the community. Big Fry was one of our biggest, like, really vocal against Caliber and some of the monetization. In the last year, we've completely reworked the economy, the monetization, all the materials are gone now. Um, Free XP can be used, but it can't be. How do I put this? Like you have to play an operator to progress them at the same time. Like you can't just buy an operator and take him from zero to hero, like if that makes sense.
Correct.
So all the operators now are available in game for credits. The only thing about that is the latest battle pass operators are locked basically until you buy the battle. If you buy the battle pass, after the battle pass ends, when we bring out a new battle pass, those old operators will come out for credits. So basically, it's whatever's in the newest battle pass is locked within the battle pass for a
So
few
you might
months.
miss out on some things, but you don't have to buy the battle pass regardless.
Correct. You don't have to. It's one of those. It's like so if you're fine with waiting like 2 or 3 months until another battle pass drops or something like that, then you can just forgo it, and then those characters will be good for credits. But I mean, there's
And when you
what
say credits, you're
64
talking about
operators right
in
now.
game
That's in game. Yeah, credits are in game
you
currency. Yeah,
earn.
that you earn by
Hmm.
playing in events and things
Gotcha.
like that. So I mean, there is 60 like 4 operators right now. I think that you can get for credits in the game. So there is a ton to play with
The
there.
grind is real, is what you're saying.
The grind is real, but all right. So here's one
Because
thing though.
it's like
Don't
per
don't
operator,
feel
then you
like
gotta
it's like
level up the
Pokemon though.
skills
But
too.
don't feel like it's like Pokemon. Like you don't need every single one, and each one doesn't necessarily
You don't have
apply
to
to
go
your
and
playstyle.
collect them. Yeah.
Correct. Like I only realistically play with probably like 10 total
Like
that I just really enjoy, unless I'm just kind of, I've had a few too
true.
whiskeys one night and I'm just like, yeah, I'm gonna go
Hey.
play this guy. Like,
Yeah, I find myself more of like a support player, and I'm not gonna go and grab a bunch of like, you know, sniper guys because that's just not my kind of gameplay. So I don't really even need to like look at those
And
so I
I
mean, the
think
other cool
players. So
thing
that's
is
just my,
you can
and
go
that's
into
just some,
training mode and you can try every operator in training mode for free, even the ones you don't own. So I recommend going into the training mode and playing around and try to find like maybe two or so in like every class that kind of fits your play style and run with those for a bit. Once you get those down and they're good to go, then you can start looking more into the skills. Because
the skills
Caliber,
is what
for
really
sure,
would
for
throw
sure.
people off for
And
sure.
it's funny because Caliber looks so simple on the surface, like it looks like your typical like pew pew game. But when you start looking into the skills and the different stats and things, and like um, the different roles in a squad, like it can get kind of deep.
Hmm.
That's kind of how I would tell people to approach it probably from like a monetary standpoint is it's free. Unlock a few operators, go to the training mode, find some you like, unlock 2 or 3 operators. That's reasonable. Within each class you find you like to play, you get those leveled up. It's like by that time, you've played the game enough, you've enjoyed it. Like I
To
feel like
see if you
personally,
really want to put some money down
I'm
to it.
down to
Yeah.
give the devs, give the game some money at that point, for
Yeah,
that much
I feel like
enjoyment.
free to play, you're always supporting the devs when you pay for cosmetics and that type of monetization that you're going out of your way to support the team.
Yeah,
So-
for sure. I mean, we took like I said, a lot of feedback to make sure that the monetization. You don't have to buy anything. We know there's a lot of games out there that just cram stuff down your throat constantly, and we didn't want to
We're
be
not
that.
getting paid to say that. This, by the way, guys. All right, people are gonna go ahead, but he's paying
Hashtag
them.
not
He's
an ad.
Totally.
Look, even if I'm not on the Caliber team, like a year from now, I will still play Caliber because I truly, genuinely enjoy the gameplay and like the cosmetics, and like I just like the game. I think it's a really good game.
Yeah, it's fun, man. I got into it with that round based mode. It's essentially like I would say
I
like
didn't even realize there was a
gunfight.
search and destroy type.
I didn't know that. Yeah, I didn't know that
Weird.
about that hacking mode. Like I wasn't aware of that.
But I
and
definitely would like to see it not be ranked for a bit because I was like, let me just test it out first.
Right, dude. I love bomb modes, man.
Yeah, I can tell.
It's my thing.
That's my thing.
But the showdown mode is pretty darn close to that with the round based no respawn, and it's fun. And that's where I started to learn. Like, it really made me think about third person, and where it's like, everybody, you just have to realize that they're using third person, you are too, and you have to play off that. And I would like kind of freeze up and be peeking somebody, and we knew each other were there. But then you can like slowly back off so they can't see you, move around and flank, and absolutely surprise the shit out of them because they're just still staring at you and expecting to be there. Like, you can make plays.
Even with the two different camera angles, I feel like they're just at the right position where corner peeking is. You can use it, but it's not like an end all be all strat.
Right,
I
100%.
think I've noticed that for both like the Ghost Recon type of camera angle versus the middle, the screen.
I like being able to.
Yeah, I mean, you
switch
can
shoulders.
definitely make plays, and use your abilities and things like that. There's plays to be made, and if you're playing with a squad,
Mhm.
and everybody knows how to play their character and their role like pretty specifically. Like I've run into some just god squads that I'm like, I don't even know what to do with these guys.
Yeah, because then like your team just starts falling apart.
Oh, you just get shit on so fast. I'm just like, I don't even know what I'm doing here. Like, thanks for having me in the game, boys.
Yeah, it's glad to be here. Thanks for being a part of
target
it.
practice.
We'll see you in the next one. Yeah, 100%. I get that. But what's the future look like for this game? What's in the plans content? Because there is an in-game event going on right now, like a community event, right, where everybody's working for a single goal. And then how does the content like roadmap look for this game? What you can share?
So let me pull it up. We put up the 2023 roadmap here.
I can probably
through the
pull that up,
files.
too.
I need to dig it up somewhere. Hang on. Discord's probably easiest for me. I don't
Production
know.
team.
I'll get the production team on it. They're usually slow and pretty terrible, but I've threatened to fire them
they're doing their
times.
best. All right.
Sometimes it's not good enough. Okay.
You know
Sometimes
what?
On the fire.
You know what? There's a search feature in Discord. I forgot about that.
Is there really?
There is.
I need to hire
getting rid of
Jamie
the
like
numbers
Joe
at the
Rogan
end of
has.
Discord, by the way.
Okay, here we go. All right, so let me copy pasta this, save image as, and I'm gonna send it to you in DM on Discord so you can pull it up quickly.
Yeah. And the audio podcast listeners, sorry.
Yeah, no, this is just so we have something to look at and
100%
visualize.
My cat's passed out. It's hilarious.
Right.
I just have to make fun of them because we always don't realize that people download this show as an audio experience, and we're always talking about stuff on screen.
You know what, man? I when I drive, a lot of times I don't listen to music anymore. I'll throw on a podcast. Like I'm a huge soccer person. Like I'll just be listening to like, soccer podcast or whatever.
Sounds like just a conversation happening in the car.
Yeah, I mean it's just having a pub chat, just having a good time while you're driving.
All right, I got it pulled up. So, yeah, looks like Q2 seasonal game mode, new operator collection from Bope, Brazil. Yep. Nice. Victory Day event. That's going on now. New battle pass. Q3. Oh, Game Pass support. That's big. I've had a lot of people ask about controller.
Yeah, we want to make sure it was done right, because it's a lot trickier than you think it is, doing like gamepad support with a PC game, and then it's like, do you put aim assist? How much do you put? If you do, like,
was console in the picture for that, or
no? So with console, I grew up a console player, so I'm pushing hard for console. Don't get me wrong, I play both PC and I play Xbox quite a bit with mostly family, like brothers and cousins play on the console.
Yeah, exactly.
But I feel like Also, knowing the console market and playing it, I feel like Caliber would do really well on console, just because there's nothing within the last 5 to 6 years. I'm trying to think, like maybe Ghost Recon Wildlands or like Outriders would be like a third person.
Third
Like
person.
there's nothing there third person market wise. So I feel like this game on Game Pass would slap. That's
Yeah.
just my personal
Breakpoint
opinion.
was like the last third person.
Well, we talked about it. You know, it was one of those, if the Steam release goes well, because we're a PC games company first. If that goes well, then we can look into doing that. We also don't want to do just a straight port. We feel like a lot of dev teams are lazy and they just port it over, and if it works, it works. If it doesn't, whatever. It's a money grab, and it's like, if we do console, we want to do it the right way.
That's cool.
What does the right way look like to you? Just curious.
The right way, you need to basically code the base of the game for a console. It's so much different than PCs, and you've got different basically different thresholds of graphics. You've got to have it. Basically, you want native gamepad support. I think the market's pretty much the same. The PC market's grown quite a bit to even maybe outnumber console at this point, but I think it's more just in the building blocks and like the coding and things like that need to make sure that the game plays the way it should on the console.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
Got to have its own thing.
Spectator mode is a big one as well too.
I do custom
did
lobby
you guys
though.
ever play Diablo? You guys
Yeah.
there was the recent Diablo game that came out. It was for PC, but they did a port for the Xbox. Or no. It was the mobile version. Okay, they had the Diablo Immortal on your phone. They had like a PC emulator, and they basically didn't do any extra work. They just ported it to the PC, and it was absolute it was trash on the PC. Yeah, it was meant to play on mobile, and you could tell. So it's just one of those, like, you want to make sure that it feels good and plays well, and it's made for that specific platform.
Yeah, it's not simple just going from PC to console.
Yeah.
Just a simple point and click. Yeah.
Copy paste. Okay, send it to Sony and Microsoft and put it on.
I mean, pretty much.
I love the custom lobbies and spectator mode, because now I'm thinking esports.
Yeah, dude.
100%. I'm an esports fiend. So, and even just from a content creation standpoint,
yeah,
I mean,
community nights and stuff.
Right, like Big Fry can have like custom lobbies, and I can throw.
But even like the spectator mode, like getting cool like intro scenes and.
Definitely.
Just you got my mind thinking now.
Yeah, because you can do everything from pistols only to just like whatever it may be. Just jack around.
Okay.
Because spectator mode for Blue, he does like all kinds of cool cinematic stuff with his videos. Like he's gonna be able to do some super cool shots and stuff. And then like Fry will have custom lobbies.
I was trying to do that now with just like turn off the HUD.
Yeah, it's
kind of play a little bit more cinematically. Yeah, especially when I'm getting shot at. I'm like, guys, I'm just getting shots.
I'm a cameraman over here.
You need to get a what is it, like the press vest, that they wear, like
that'd be hilarious. Or if my gun actually was a camera, but then it shoots, so you don't realize, I tricked you.
That's awesome.
That 3D scopes looks really cool too, actually.
No, I think
3D scopes look really good. I'm
Quarter
excited
3
for
is a big one.
Quarter 3 is going to be a really big one.
Why does quarter 3 seem bigger than quarter 4?
Way she goes.
Quarter 4. I mean, you're gonna have seasonal events. We're working on the clan mechanics, statistics. People have been asking for those forever. But you also got to look at, like, normally we run a Halloween event. There's a huge event around Christmas.
Yeah, a lot of stuff towards the end. Yeah.
And you're looking at tons of free stuff in game. So that's another thing I was saying, for those who like think the game is super grindy, we're always doing like some sort of, whether it's double XP, double credits, the Victory Day event where you get containers with credits, camos.
Twitch drops actually came in handy
Twitch
for
drops
me recently.
were just recently, and we're looking at doing Twitch drops maybe like seasonally. Just trying to figure out how we would do that and what that entails without breaking the economy. But yeah, I mean, there's always ways to get credits, and a lot of the times it revolves around events, or just doing your daily missions will net you like 100K like a day if you finish your dailies.
Yes.
Yeah, because that was a big thing. It's like what, 200,000 for an operator, correct?
Yes, unless you find one. We also do a weekly rotation. So each week on Wednesday, when we do the hot fix or a patch, like we do one each week. It's not necessarily an update. When I say it's a patch, yes. So there'll be 3 operators that are in that rotation, and they're for 150K. So you can
Operators of the
snag them at a
week,
50K
baby.
discount. Yep, operators of the week.
Go on sale.
So if you got one that you're like not quite sold on, but you're not sure, and then you see them in the rotation, go ahead and grab it then, because that's the cheapest you're going to get them.
You might pull a trigger on that bad boy. No, it's cool, man. There's a lot to it.
Yeah,
A lot to the
okay.
game.
Yeah, I'm
And
excited. Yeah.
I was surprised at how much I enjoyed it. I didn't think I would, but like the third person, I'm getting my head around it. The showdown, like what drew me to it was the cosmetics, the vibe of it. Like it's just grounded, realistic with the feel of
Yep.
everything, and that's the happy medium I like. When people are like, "Crash, just go play Arma" or whatever, I'm like, I don't like the super realistic
Yeah.
actual gameplay. I like the realistic vibe and feeling of it. I still
The
like it to be
immersion
arcadey
of
so I can
the-
have fun.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure.
Exactly. It's a video game, not real life. Not you know.
So I really like where this game sits aesthetically. It's got the PvE, it's got the PvP, it's got the PvPvE, it's got a bunch of different kinds of modes to enjoy that stuff. It's got content for days, however you want to unlock it.
There's legendary camos for days too. Fun fact about the legendary camos, which those are for sale only. But all of those are rooted in like a historical like backdrop, if that makes sense. Like all of those were researched, actual outfits that the guys wore. So if you're into like the more the
How much
realism,
research did you go into these operators?
I don't do the research myself,
Or,
but I know.
well, I mean, do you know if anyone?
I know our
that?
character team goes pretty nuts with them, and I think honestly I think they do a really really good job. Not trying to be biased, but I think we have some of the best character models, some of the best cosmetic like camos and things in the industry, and we're not AAA, so they do their work.
That's true.
Yeah, the ops look amazing. I think that's like I said, that's what drew me to it in the first place. Because I played a fair amount of Rogue Company, and like Rogue Company had like pretty good third person gameplay, and it had the bomb mode that I liked. But man, it's just really really cartoony for me.
Cartoony.
I'm a boomer, so that's the way it is. But no, man,
kids in these damn cartoons.
I don't want to keep you on too much longer. I know you got stuff going on in the community. I want to let you get to. I thank you so much for your time, man. Like coming on.
Yeah, for sure.
Coming on our small little show says a lot about your character. I appreciate it. And
anytime, man. If you guys want me to come back, definitely let me know, and we'll get it set up. I know I get busy sometimes between whether it's being a dad or along the lines of being a community manager.
We're all dads here, right, Crash?
If something breaks like 24 hours a day, they're like, "Hey, we need to tweet out that whatever," and I'm like, "Oh, I'm sleeping right now." But
time zones are OP.
We'll make it work.
Time zones
that's
are OP.
true too. Yeah.
So cool, man. Well, I super appreciate your time. Thank you so much. Welcome anytime if you want to come back also and talk about anything, talk about any events or shoot the shit about video games. You're more than welcome.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right, guys, we will let him go. We will be right back. I'll play a little bit of a break screen. We'll say our goodbyes, and Blue and I will be back to talk about the rest of the news of the week. I love you all. BRB. Guys, we're back.
Hi.
Hello. That was awesome. Can't thank Nick enough for coming on the program.
It's not an illusion.
No, we really are. Oh, we are back. Yeah, I was muted. I fixed it. Don't even worry about it.
He's
But
back.
yeah,
I'm back. We're back.
Dude, the community team is borderline killing it right now.
Just give it some time.
Let me get stuff moved, situated. Sorry. Okay, we're back. Fully back. I even put the ticker back on the screen during
I saw
during that thing. Like, people wanted the ticker back. I want to be more active with the ticker and put toxic things on it and call it the toxic ticker. I think that would be pretty fun. So
help people out.
So you're a big time Call of Duty player now. Like, you're huge into it.
Full time.
Yeah. Going pro. Yeah. We played a little COD together yesterday. That was a wild experience.
It felt good when we did get into those games where it was like back and forth, and we end up pulling. Of course, the games that we win that we were owning, by the second, third round, half the team quit on the other side. So it's like,
man, COD players are so soft, man. Like, it's so crazy.
And it's like the fact that there's no like actual like forfeit, consequence. Like,
yeah,
people start losing XP at that point.
I will never quit, man. Like, I will, because sometimes we have as a team, like, we've reverse swept people. Like, we've been down 0-5 and came all the way back and won. You can do it, and you might as well try. Like, you're playing the game.
Exactly.
Well, yeah, but for real in COD, like, a lot of times if you're playing search and you get up 2 rounds on, everybody just start leaving. Like, they can't handle it.
Yeah. I mean, I'm glad the game can like find players again, but I couldn't imagine being a player that joins in at a, like a 5-1, 0-5 game, and you're just like, why would you bring me in here?
And that's it, dude. It'll put people in there. It'll put people in there when there's like 2 rounds left and there's only 2 people on the other team, and it's just like, just feel bad for them.
Exactly. And that's I couldn't.
It's kind of silly. I wish ranked in COD was just that, just search, and I would play it a lot more. But no, search is fun. It's more chill in COD. Like, instead of ranked Rainbow Six, like, that gets really, really sweaty. But just round-based bomb modes. I love the teamwork, the comms, the call-outs. Like, people are talking, having fun.
Yeah, I'll be honest, playing with you guys knew your call-outs for sure, and had some really good moments for sure when we were like, oh, he's right there, and then I would look, and all of a sudden there he was in the window, stuff like that. So,
yep, I like it. I love looking back. Sometimes I'll just check my Twitch VODs just to like check on make sure everything's looking good, and I'll see myself giving call outs, and sometimes something will happen and I don't know like an exact call out, and I'll just watch my brain just like scramble to come up with something, and the look on my face is always priceless. I'm like, he's in the top left window over your back right shoulder, like, because I'm trying to like put myself in like your perspective, and like,
that's your 4 o'clock, or something like that.
Yeah, he's behind the ficus tree in the office with a wrench in the study. Colonel Mustard. Yeah. So, all right. Yeah, Blue and I played COD. I hope you play with us more, man. It's fun. Like, it's just,
I definitely want to get back into it for sure. It's just because I just played a clan event for World War III, and as much as fun that was, it was there's no custom server, so it's just like we all get into the same Discord server. We all we're queuing up for this game in that mode. 3, 2, 1, queue. Let's hope we all get in the same server, and we usually end up getting it, because there's just that less people playing, so it's easy to kind of just fill a quick server. But at least we were able to play together, and it was some pretty sweaty moments, and it was fun playing it that way. But of course, it's an indie game. I like playing AAA sometimes too, and it's but then of course we run into hackers, and
there were a lot of cheaters.
So it's just like there's always going to be an issue no matter where you are. Also, that horrible UI is just disgusting.
Dude, isn't it? And the netcode's bad too. The more you play it, especially in a game mode like that, where like microseconds count and like shots, like 1 or 2 bullets registering or not can mean the difference in a round, you really notice the netcode problems with Modern Warfare. Call of Duty
like when I feel like it, and then if I don't, I'm not gonna like sit there and force myself to play it. So
I'm at a place
not
with
like I used to
with Battlefield 2042 feeling like a really generic shooter to me. And then, COD's like the bad netcode, and there's not a lot of content in there if you enjoy 6v6 multiplayer. And then, you know, Rainbow Six, it has such a
Do people even play
hard.
Ground War on Call of Duty anymore?
There is, yeah,
Yeah.
there's a big ground war. But it just is sectioned off parts of Al Mazrah, which we are going to get into the COD Season 3 Reloaded notes here in just a second. You guys will see that a lot of it's repurposed content. The map that's coming to 6v6 is something that we played in the campaign. So they're just, they haven't made a new map in a minute for this game, I feel like. But like, I just feel like with all those games have their own things where like I'm to a point now where I can't main one game. Like I kind of have to rotate what I'm playing.
Bounce around, yeah,
to the different ones. But that's cool. It keeps it fresh. Like I'm still playing a fair amount of bomb modes, and like with Rainbow Six, it's like I just can't ask like whoever to come play. Because there's so much to that game. Like
it'd be so much to learn. Yeah,
I can't just ask buddies to come play. But like where Call of Duty is like a little bit more accessible, but you still get that bomb mode. Like that's really is fun. 2042 just frustrates me because I know the potential of the Battlefield franchise and what a Battlefield game should look like, and playing that game just frustrates me. Well, I can see where people can have fun in it. Like, while it feels okay as a shooter, like it just frustrates me to play.
I will say too, for the Season 3, when I was looking at the notes and stuff like that, it feels like it's more catered to Warzone players.
Probably, yeah. That's one of my biggest beefs when we started seeing patch notes and content for Call of Duty. I'll just pop over to it. We can get into it. It's like all the content is for the free mode. The people that paid the $120 don't get anything.
You get nothing. Yeah, that's what I was looking at. Now it's just like, okay, that's cool for the whole like Warzone 2.0. But I still to this day have never played a single game of Warzone, even back in the old quote unquote Modern Warfare, because I'm just not a fan of battle royales.
You're dying.
That's why I was excited when. That's why, yeah. I haven't even played Fortnite this entire time. I've never played Fortnite
I have either.
Yeah, so that's what, you know. But when I see, when I saw all the stuff for like, all the buy stations and things coming out for that, I'm just like, okay, cool, but we get a new 6v6 map. That's just one.
Yeah, in this mid-season update, we get one. We did get a couple at the beginning of the season, so I mean, there's a little bit.
Break it down first, and then we'll kind of just like
we can go through it as they announce it. So we have for the podcast listeners. Sorry, love you by the way. Thank you guys for all the fucking downloads on the audio version. There's been a lot of people downloading that. So cool. Appreciate it so much. Well, I'll try to do my best to describe what we're talking about here. But the first thing that's coming is there's a new raid episode. So these are essentially like campaign style co-op missions where you have to hop in with friends and play these. So it's cool to see that content continuing the story from the campaign. Special ops missions, Defender comes to Hafi Port, so there's that going on. Here is the new map. This is probably what I'm most excited about, the Albaran Hatchery. So this was, I remember this from the campaign. So this was in the campaign where you had to get up on this roof and shoot people down through the skylights. So might be a good map for search with some of the vertical play through the skylights and stuff. I like doing that. That's something that I'm used to in Rainbow Six that not a lot of people are used to looking out for in search. So I feel like I have an advantage.
Go up on the roof and stuff like that. Yeah.
Yep.
No repelling, but you never know.
I don't know what this is. Take infected to a new level on bigger maps with more players to get ultra.
It's basically infection is like the whole big. Yeah, so it's just I'm guessing it's just giant infection where it's just like one player's a zombie, rest are players, and then the more they kill, the more they infect to the horde. So I'm a fan of that back in like the old Halo days. I haven't played infection. Yeah, I haven't played infection in forever, so I don't know how it would hold up now, but I don't know.
Might be kind of chaotic. That's a game mode I'd probably play
for like a few times, a handful of times.
Exactly. I played a few times. Like, this is cool.
Yep. Yeah. Like, you're infected.
You got cuties. No, it'd be a fun. That'd be a fun game mode to play. Probably after some drinks might be all right.
Yeah.
So this is gonna get me tilted talking about this. Face Off 3v3. This used to be in one of the older CODs. They can't like Modern Warfare 3 or something maybe.
Oh yeah.
Let's see. 2000. Oh yeah, I nailed it. Nice. The old steel trap, baby. In 2011, Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3 made a dedicated multiplayer mode that captured those small team cage match experiences of Rust and Shipment Face Off. So that's coming back. 12 years later, they're bringing this back. So it's 3v3 kind of TDM. Expect Face Off to include all current gunfight maps as well as the new gunfight maps once they are released in later seasons. They ruined Gunfight, dude. And Gunfight was like if you've been on like following along on the show for a while, I always talk about Gunfight. I loved Gunfight in Modern Warfare 2019. Round base, me and a friend, like, yeah, was super good at it.
Yeah.
Dude, they ruined it in this. It feels like there's 5 different loadouts instead of a bunch. And then there's 3 new maps. One of them is, there's 4 total maps. And one of them is Shipment that you play, like, are so tired of Shipment. Like, it's everywhere. It's all the time. It's all the CODs. You have Shipment, and then you have 3 new maps. And that gets so old so fast. And a couple of them aren't very good. And it's just like, it feels like you can play it. I used to play hours and hours. Like, it was one of the few Call of Duty experiences where, like, I would lose track of time and stay up too late playing in 2019. But it's just, it gets boring really fast, and hopefully they bring a lot more maps to it. And it might get better. But I'm really frustrated with the amount of content behind Gunfight, because Gunfight was kind of one of the marquee modes in 2019. It's like one of the first things they showcased in the alpha and stuff, and I really liked it. But it's a shell of its former self in this game. But yeah, Warzone 2. I'm always being negative, aren't I? I'm a negative Nancy. Warzone 2, up your game with new features, mid-season update, expand your tactical options with perk packages, plus deployable buy station and Gulag entry kit. A new DMZ experience where you can purchase skins that have pay-to-win aspects. Sorry, oh, it doesn't say that. Take the high risk and earn valuable rewards entering the Koshi complex. We hope you're not afraid of the dark.
Yeah, I was just thinking about that too. Those specific battle royale operators.
Yeah, we talked about them on the podcast a while ago, the pay to win skins, and they're actually releasing them. So
now knowing a little bit more about it too, I'm just like, wow, like the amount of stuff you would actually get for just spending more money on an already full priced game.
Yeah. And I think Westy,
that's why it's hard to like to play this type of game.
I think Westy was talking about it too. I think Westy was talking about exactly the scenario I talked about, where that UAV skin, if you have like 3 people that go in together that play a lot together and buy that and have 3 UAVs off rip on a Sheik Island, there's even modes. I think there's even a way to get a 6-person pre-made squad. Like, if you get into the same lobby and add each other, you can have a 6-person squad all with 6 UAVs and just destroy the map, like kill everyone on the map. So it's really silly. It's really silly. One of the biggest things coming is Warzone ranked play. I don't know how this is going to be. It should be big, but Warzone's in a rough spot, man. Not a lot of people are excited about it from what I see on Twitter. It's a big enough game, like a juggernaut of a franchise. There's a lot of people that play it, but compared to Warzone 1, a lot of people.
This is the most divisive I've ever seen Call of Duty players.
I think you're right. Yeah, I think so too.
Which is sad, especially knowing the where I came from playing Call of Duty back in the day. It's sad to see that. I mean, it wasn't. Yeah.
Yeah, you just have. I don't know. There's like a couple different camps, but I don't know, man.
The fact that they also said they went out and said like the next, like the underground facility for DMZ would change the way DMZ plays. Like, what does that mean?
I don't know.
Like, they're talking about one location is going to change the way the game feels. Like, I know that's like puff words, but like, what do you exactly mean by that? And then now with the battle royale operators that you're going to be able to use this. Or actually, can you use those in DMZ? Is that's
what it's for? So
those
skins,
you can also use it in Warzone.
You can't use it in Warzone. So those skins that come with like the extra perks. Yeah, those skins.
That's even worse because that's my favorite. That's the game what I want to play.
Yeah, so those skins with the bonuses are for DMZ bonuses only. Also, the Rose one also puts the Vaznev and one of the snipers, so a couple of the best guns in the game, on the fast cooldown in your insured slot too. So you get all those perks if you buy that skin. Yeah, there's a new underground Koshi complex in Al Mazrah, so the new place to check out. Looks like it's dark. You might have to, yeah. So operators must find a way to locate one of the multiple entrances to the subterranean bunker complex, open it, and redacted. Be proactive. Anyway, you got to find flashlights and NVGs.
NVGs, yeah.
So super like taking a look at the game mode.
I think it'll be very immersive. It'll
Yeah,
look
it's cool.
cool.
It's cool. Like this part of the content is really cool.
It looks cool.
It starts to make some of the loot you find like important. Like if you find NVGs or you find a flashlight to put on your gun, like might be cool. I don't know if you can do that or not, or if you got to do that.
Yeah, I mean, I will say that entire complex above and below will be filled with everyone trying to go see what the hell is redacted in the intel and stuff like that. You know.
So it looks like they're looks like they're keeping some secrets. The next thing is Warzone ranked. So this should be a big deal if enough people can play the game mode, and I think you're going to start to ranked play is going to bring enough people back to Warzone, and I think you're going to hear a lot of bitching on Twitter. Like I don't know, we'll see from the content creators and the pro players and stuff. We'll see. Because they'll want to play it to grind ranked, get better, move up through the ranks. I also think the cheaters are going to get absolutely like insane with this. But we'll see. Because I feel like ranked play really revitalized multiplayer, like viewers' interest and stuff like that. But you start from bronze, so you have bronze, silver, gold, plat, diamond, crimson, iridescent, and the top 250. And you get rewards and stuff for that for winning Warzone games. But yeah, ranked is something. I mean, that's what gets me going in Rainbow Six. Apex has ranked. Like ranked is a way to really capture people's attention and gives you something like tangible to go for. You know, like I'm better than these people. Like you can see your skill go up, which I feel like with the skill-based matchmaking that COD already has, like everything should be ranked the way they set up that matchmaking.
Seriously.
Yeah, I think that's the main stuff.
I mean, you got like the whole like bronze all the way to the top 250, which is that's pro level or hacker level, you know, whichever way you want to look at it.
True.
Because I mean, the fact that wasn't that recent, was it for Call of Duty where they found out that two of the top best players were hacking?
Yeah, they had to take them off. They had to take them off the leaderboard. They were like a bunch of the leaderboard people were hackers.
So I don't see anything changing.
Probably not. A bunch of skins.
And what is that plunder in Warzone? What is that exactly?
Oh yeah, Plunder's back. That was with Warzone 1. So that's a game mode you can really go in and like level up weapons. You pick your loadout, you drop it in Al Mazrah and collect money. And it's a respawn mode. Think of it kind of like giant free-for-all on Al Mazrah. You can drop in different places, fight it out, take people's money. Once you collect a bunch of money by doing missions or killing people, you go cash it out. And at the end of the timer, the person who's cashed out the most money wins. So it's a little bit.
So it is like a squad, just versus squad, or solo if you do solos and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, but you just run around and collect the most money. So it's a really good spot to level up weapons because you can select your weapon, you can do tasks, and you can get kills and level up guns and stuff. That's what a lot of people use it for.
Interesting.
And it's good warm up too for ranked. Hop in, run around, get loose. So yeah, that's season
coming back. Okay.
3 reloaded. Moving
along. Still have more.
Do what?
There's still more, right? Isn't that the whole? Yeah, the whole. Like, I mean, if people want to know about it, like the FTAC Siege, right?
Oh, guns.
The Tech 9.
Yeah, Tech 9. Sorry.
The Tech 9 and the Deagle.
There's already a Deagle.
GS Magna. Oh, it's a fully automatic.
Oh.
It's a fully automatic Desert Eagle.
Okay.
Okay, cool. And then of course you got the throwing stars. So nice, you know, like there wasn't enough silent things flying through the air coming at you to one shot hit you.
Exactly.
And then of course Kevin Durant.
Dude, and then the rest of that article is like 3 pages of skins.
Kevin Durant, man. It's all about Kevin Durant.
Yes.
I just want to know I just want Kevin Durant. That's all. Just kidding.
Well, you're in luck, pal.
Could care less.
For the low price of 3,500 COD points, he can be yours.
How much is 3,500 COD points in
$35
American dollars?
I
God
think.
damn it.
I'm guessing that's how much.
$35 to play as
It-
hold on. Even if it's more than 20,
It's more than 20.
to
A
play
lot
as
of the
a
skins are 20 to
basketball
35.
star at the end of his prime.
Whoa!
I said it. I said
Pew
it.
pew! Shots fired.
That's,
Whoa! Whoa! All
if I can
right.
remember when your rookie year came in and you're still going. I'm sorry. Come on. Look at LeBron. I'm sorry. I'm okay. That's a whole different conversation.
Jeez, Blue. All right. We look forward to your
Yeah, it
comments and
literally
emails.
is. You're welcome. Just for you. Yeah, it's literally just skins and then you could just, and also, buy the game, guys.
True.
Also, I'm being very sarcastic for audio listeners.
Yeah. All right. I'm gonna talk about this. I'm not gonna get too animated talking about Battlefield this week.
I think you let out as much as you could last time.
Yeah, and we need to get more information before I do. But essentially, they've talked about squad update. So squad management. There's going to be easier ways to move around and get within different squads once you're on a team and in a match together, and be able to join on players and join a queue. Things that we haven't heard about yet that are incredibly important is they haven't talked about if you're going to be able to kick somebody. So like if a random's on your team and you want to make space for a friend. They haven't talked about that, or if you have to just go make your own new one.
My squad.
Yeah. So essentially, what's in here is being able to change squads within and on teams, and not a lot of other functionality already. That's what's in there. So that's all the details we have so far. I'm gonna wait. There's supposed to be a devlog this week that lists the details of how the squad management system will work, and I'm gonna wait till I give like super full opinions on that. But it is coming at some point.
Yeah, because you had like the big content creators. No, because you just had all the big creators saying, "Oh, this will change the way squad gaming or squad gameplay would be in Battlefield." Like,
no, because all I've seen so far, there's already
yet.
functionality to join your friends and start a match. Only thing I've seen that's added functionality so far is just being able to switch squads within game. Like I haven't seen like the boot and join and all that stuff. And then the one thing I will say is I think this is going to be this feature set is going to be severely crippled by the fact that there's no server browser, because there still will be a 4-person limit of friends that you and 3 other friends are going to be able to join a game together. That's it. And some of my funnest times with friends, back even, when there were platoons, which I didn't use as much, but I would just have like kind of community nights where I'd be streaming on Twitch and somebody pop in, "Hey, can I join?" "Yep, here's our server number. Get on this team. Let's roll." And, hop in Discord if you want to. And we'd have like 10 or 15 people on the same team together. You're still not going to be able to do that because there's no server browser. And it's just only the squad management update is only going to do so much for the game without a server browser in All Out War, in my opinion. But we'll wait to see what all features are there. This is supposed to come sometime during season 4. There's a lot of talk going on right now in the Battlefield community too. Is there going to be anything past season 5? Is season 5 the last update? There's also been like data mined stuff about Battlefest, which could be coming along at some point. And I thought maybe with some of the timing of it, that a lot of people suspect from Temporeal's leaks or data mines that Battlefest is going to happen in between season 4 and season 5 as kind of a buffer. So there'll be like a stall. So it could be a minute before we see these changes. It could be quite a while before we do see these changes. And then a lot of people are talking about if there's going to be anything past season 5 or not for this game. And I have mixed feelings about that. For the people that enjoy it, I hope there is. But I'm just ready to put this game to bed and see
I'm ready
next.
to move on. Yeah, exactly.
See if Vince and the new old returning folks and the new folks can fix this thing, because I'm just ready to kind of see what's next, both content wise and
it's just it was one of the biggest letdowns of
for me.
I mean, think about the hype that was built up around this from the first trailer to now.
Yep.
Literally thought it was the love letter to Battlefield fans.
Yeah, I just think it's really telling
This was a horrible love letter.
I just really think that like where they haven't done anything to Portal, they haven't had anything added stuff. I just don't think this game that is going to be around that much longer. But we will see. I'll talk more about it next week. Once we get like the full information on how the squad stuff will work, I'll formulate a probably fairly toxic opinion about it. Are you
nice?
You know what that means, Blue?
Quick shots!
Ow! That's right. That's right. I don't have a lot. So send me some stuff.
Send you a video
that you want to talk about.
Gameplay of that. Yeah, I want to get straight to talking about Silica.
Okay. Oh, and I also would vouch if you want to play DMZ to hit up Justin.
Yeah. Okay. Hell yeah, he's vouching for you, Justin.
Yeah, so I wanted to talk about the consulate rework for Rainbow Six. So we're also going to get more information on this on the 14th whenever we get the full reveal. It's not going to let me play it, you son of a bitch. All right. Hold on. I have to go to Twitter. I have to play the tweet. I have to zoom in on the tweet so it replays. Really annoying. All right, here we go. Yeah, so one of the maps that I hate the most, Consulate, is getting a rework in Rainbow Six Siege. I hate this piece of shit map. A lot of people like it. I think it's a spawn peeking cube of death.
That was
disaster.
The first game map I played.
Sorry.
And it was one of the last games I played.
I get that. I can see exactly why. But yeah, it's just too hard to get to the building.
Yeah, coming in from the streets, trying to move up to the building, just like no cover. Like,
yeah. But this is
the rework.
So yeah, the rework is essentially they do a fairly decent job with these. They don't change the map too much. They just kind of fix problem areas. So they eliminated a bunch of windows on the front side. Going to really cut down on spawn peaks. They added a area where you can fight kind of at the top of spiral stairs. That'll give attackers another way to push to attack the upstairs, which is traditionally a pretty tough site to attack. There's also rumors if you look at the front side, if you look at the front shot, there's kind of, you can see on the back side, you can kind of see a corner of what looks like potentially a new balcony on the back side. So there might be a whole new balcony. The infamous garage downstairs where everybody fights over that garage door, they've kind of, on these map reworks, they try to do away with exterior walls that go right into sight. So they try to give folks, the defenders, like a little bit of a buffer to where the attackers have to get in the building and then have to get into the site. So they reworked the garage where you can just enter the garage and then breach into the downstairs site. So that's quite a bit different. They changed, I know I saw above on the front balcony, they made that a breachable wall rather than 2 windows. But yeah, to the spawn peak stuff, they changed the front walls are way taller, so you won't get spawn peaked as easy. This is the shot I was talking about. In this back right corner, you can kind of see an outcropping right here that could potentially look like a balcony in the back. And then they got rid of a bunch of these windows. And then Jay Boogie in chat was talking about the windows are gone here. So the windows on Spiral are closed here now. But if you look at the top of it, it looks like they added a window. So you see no window here. The top of Spiral is circular. It looks, and now it's square, but they added like a enterable window right here at the top of Spiral. So you can see that behind the soda machine. So this is all new up here. The long desk at the top of Spiral is different too. So it's a lot smaller. So this is bigger. They added a door and made this not breachable. So that's essentially how I set up the site anyway, is reinforce most of this and then make a rotate hole in the wall. They kind of did it for me. So appreciate that. But yeah, so that's what the new console is going to look like. Going to get a full reveal of everything coming in Year 8 Season 2 on the 14th. So we'll probably talk about it one more time in a quick shot about what's all coming to Siege in the next season. Operation Dread Factor.
Nice.
Dread. I think it's Dread Factor.
Dread Factor.
Dread
Yeah.
Factor. Yeah. Trust me,
Come
I
on,
know.
don't play Rainbow Six, and I know this.
Yeah, that's what's up.
Okay.
Now it's time for the next.
Okay. Quick shot.
Quick shot.
Sorry, I can't do the high pitch anymore. My voice
get
hurts.
Get that. Let me pull up your vid.
Yeah.
Tell me about what's going on here, man.
Okay, I didn't believe it at first that one person made this game. But apparently it's technically through Bohemia Interactive, so the same people who made Arma, that tactical milsim that everyone tells you to play.
Yeah, go play Arma.
Go play Arma. And I could be actually wrong about the one person, but from everything I've heard so far, it is just one person. But Bohemia made tools. I forgot what it's called specifically, but for developers to just start making games. And this guy did that, and he brought back a genre of games that I've been in love with for a while. Real-time strategy games mixed with FPS, and like third-person vehicle combat. So it's basically, for the simple like description, you have a commander who's controlling all the top level stuff, building buildings, collecting resources, and then you have people on the ground that could control tanks, fight people, PvP. It's PvP as well too on the bigger open maps. And then you also have, like I said, the just like the resource gathering and stuff like that. So it's like a mix between like StarCraft. It looks like Dune. It plays like what was it, like Call to Arms? If anyone knows about the RTS, it's like a military RTS that you can like control specific units. But the only issue with it that I have right now is that it's very unoptimized. It feels like an early access game. So it's $20 right now. So you're just kind of just buying it just to get into like the play testing. But I'll be honest, I'm hooked on it myself. It's gorgeous. Like, it looks amazing. I don't know what engine this is running on. I don't know if it's like the new Infusion engine, but it's super like seamless. Just like, you can't even tell that you're playing like with a commander. It's kind of just like you're just fighting each other almost. I don't know. It looks cool. It's very, like I said, it's very basic. You have like the FPS mechanics are very Arma like. Yeah, Bohemia Incubator. That's the thing I was talking about. It's literally, that's the engine that it's been built on, or the tools that it was used. And yeah, it literally is just it's super cool. It's immersive. It looks cool at night. There's explosions happening. It was like, literally, I was just playing yesterday, get some footage, and like I was in a tank and the commander was like building more vehicles for people to get into. You could teleport around the map. You could do, there's a 4-player co-op as well too, so you could play that as well too, or you could play a free-for-all or the strategy game where it's like humans versus aliens, or humans versus humans, or humans versus aliens. Like 3 factions, each one by a commander, and then you got players. So it's like 32 players on one map. And it could be, 16 versus 16 or 32 divided by 3. And then it's pretty sick. It's a pretty cool looking game.
So to play it, you can't play it solo. You have to have somebody be the commander and somebody fight, or like.
If you play it solo, yeah, you would basically end up like being the commander. I think you can have the AI like command for you, but it's not really in your best interest if you want to like win the fight. So yeah, it does rely on teamwork, I would say. So it's kind of like almost like PlanetSide 2 in that aspect, where like the more your faction works as a team, the more you'll be able to win fights. And it's always ongoing too, because that's why I love RTS games, because you can play on the same map every time, but it's gonna be a different battle 9 times out of 10, because there's gonna be just different things that happen, different pushes, especially on this game, where usually on RTS games you will be, okay, I know where these people spawn and I know where these people spawn every single time. This game rotates it, moves it around, so you'll never know exactly where the enemy is, and you got to like go out and look for them and stuff like that.
Jeez, man. Yeah, that's crazy. That's
Yeah.
the replayability of that would be like astronomical. Like it always played different
And
every time.
there's even like a map for like a free for all that it's just like FPS only. So you got
I'll
like
play that.
yeah, it's just like a commando class, which is like top of the line. You got a rifleman, sniper, SMG, rocket launcher. There's no secondary weapons. Again, it's a very basic FPS version of the game that it really shines when you have like massive combined arms just going at it, fighting each other. And the players can play as the aliens too, which is even cool. So it's like players are coming around being giant creatures and rolling around, digging underground, really like flanking people, eating people. It's crazy, dude. Like,
Jeez. There's a
yeah,
lot
and
to it, huh?
also the sound design is probably amazing. Like, there's like this giant machine that harvests like all the ore and stuff like that, and just the sound of like the giant roller coming down like on screen, and like the wheels moving, and it just like the metal creaking. Like even that giant, we just found out today, like I'm finding out more things, like that giant harvester machine, which is like the miner thing that has like the rollers in the front, you can actually get in it. Like my friend was like, hey, I was like, I've seen someone use it before, I don't know how to get into it. He walks up to it, and all of a sudden a ramp lowers down. He crawls into the machine. And I'm looking at this from like God's point of view. You know, I'm seeing like a little mini version of him running around this giant
That's
machine.
wild, dude.
I'm like, dude, and I can tell, I can like select him. I can't like move, I can't like physically move him. I can be like, hey, I want you to go over here. And then if you know, he'll do it, you know?
Huh. That's crazy, man.
Yeah, I would definitely like if you just have time to check it out, just to look at it, because it's pretty cool. It's actually really cool and it looks amazing. Yeah, the only thing you can't do sadly is be a commander and then switch to boots on the ground. So that's the only issue that I have with. And also again, dude, my FPS dropped like to like 25 FPS on a big battle because there's just so many units, and it's just like nonstop. You can just spawn as many as you want. So it's it could be, you know, they might have to look into that. But again, this is like they're already putting out hot fixes. They're getting AI worked out. And it's definitely more for a specific crowd, but again, like you literally can control anything you want
This
on the
seems
battlefield.
unique, and I'm about that. Like for unique stuff. Yeah, I can imagine that
It's
would
unique,
be
but it's an
super
old one
CPU
too.
taxing.
It is. Yeah, I was
Has
looking at
it-
my specs as I was playing, and it was like 60% just playing it.
Yeah. Isn't it pretty revolutionary? Has there ever been like an RTS game where you can play first person view of as well? Like
Yeah, there
Oh,
was.
there is?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. So like there was an old, I actually have it on my Steam, called Call to Arms, I believe it's called. That was like the only one I know of. There might be another one. Yeah, it was called Call to Arms, and this originally released in, well, it says 2018, so but it looks a little bit older than that.
I got you.
But yeah, it's basically so you can just like that one. Call to Arms is more of like a modern military, so you can control riflemen and stuff like that, tanks. But yeah, you would choose where you want to go, and all of a sudden you switch from strategy, real time strategy, to third person to first person,
That's pretty sweet.
all in the same thing. Yeah, it's like imagine playing Halo Wars, but now you can actually be the little Spartan on the ground.
Nice. No, I need to check that out. You're gonna make a video on that, aren't you?
Yeah, I'm editing it today or tonight.
Making it today.
Doing something with it.
Yeah. No, I want to check that out. Cool, man. I'm about it. The next thing. So I have one more thing. I don't know if you have anything else.
I think this is pretty quiet.
It has been, but we made a show out of it anyway.
Yeah,
the next thing I wanted to talk about is Jeff Grubb's timeline for everything coming up. So I think this is a good little story to end on. About everything that's on the board for games as far as like this summer when we're going to hear about stuff. So the things that are pertinent to us as FPS gamers. June 8th, Summer Game Fest. So, like, just talking completely out of my ass here. We could see stuff from Embark Studios. We're still looking for some Arc Raiders information and a little bit more of a concrete timeline on like the finals and stuff. So I'm hoping to see something there. Then June 11th, Xbox and Bethesda Showcase and Starfield Direct should be right around that time frame. There's Jeff Grubb is reporting June 11th as well. So overall view of this, like the timeline itself is based on leaks and like Jeff Grubb's inside information, as well as kind of when he knows of stuff timing it, or when he knows things are actually on the schedule, and then some things are in a time frame. So he kind of fits stuff in between where stuff could potentially be. So it's kind of a combination of known things, also where does stuff fit in. So these dates aren't exactly always like right on. Ubisoft Forward, June 12th. Looking for more. Dude, I wasn't excited about it, but now I kind of am about Division Heartland. And then GDC Showcase. Not sure if we'll get anything there. Could be August 23rd and 27th, Gamescom. Love some Battlefield information there on what's next for that, but who knows? And then all the way back around to December 8th to the Game Awards. But in our immediate future over the summer, I think the things we should be looking forward to are kind of Summer Games Fest, the Xbox, and Ubisoft. So I think June's going to be a pretty big month for news for us. So
might find some things sprinkled in between, you know, like Comic-Con or, you know, Gamescom. I know for sure probably be a big one, but yeah,
there'll be stuff in there. But that's what to keep an eye on over the summer. Just thought I would let everyone know. I think that's good info.
Cool.
Yeah. Anything else, man?
Nah. I'm just excited I'm literally excited to get back into the game. I got a buddy of mine that's it's better when I get to play with friends, and it's fun.
Hell yeah. You gonna go back and play Silica? That's what you're getting into?
Yeah, I'm about to go back and then get some more footage now that I have someone to play with, and then go from there.
Cool, man. I don't know what I'm gonna do on my channel. I might have to ditch the daily uploads. They're not working like I thought, but I knew that was
put it to a specific channel. I feel like
I did build the Daily Reload its own channel, and I thought that would be an option. I was just curious what it would do. Like, I was just really curious, like, how it would handle it, because I'm dying to get out from under Battlefield, but like my analytics are all still shared with Battlefield creators on audience. It just won't let me go because I'm just so sick of that game. But so I guess what I'm gonna have to do is go back to kind of talking about Battlefield a little bit and other like related games like BattleBit and any kind of
don't you love it
extraction shooters and stuff. No, no, I'd like to be able to just talk about FPS games because I play a lot more different ones now than I used to. But oh well, is what it is. One thing that's probably not going to change in the foreseeable future is this podcast. I really enjoy meeting here on Monday evenings and bullshitting about video games. It's a lot of fun.
Yeah, I don't think that'll ever change. And there always is something, even if it is like there's always drama going on and stuff. So
yeah, we can always find drama or something to talk about, or even just like what we're up to, what we're playing, and talk with everybody. And like even if there's like low news and stuff, we can do chat Q&As and just meet here with you guys and chat and talk about stuff. So always something to talk about, always something to meet on Mondays and talk about. So
nice.
I think that's it for this week, guys. Thank you so freaking much for being here. Special thanks to Nick from Caliber, from the Caliber team, for coming on talking about that game. I wanted to learn more about it and introduce you guys to it. So special thanks to him. Thank you to Blue. I know you're busy. Thanks for making time to hop on and chat with me about shit. It's always a blast, man.
Of course. Always, man.
All right, then. Everyone out there, podcast land, YouTube land, Twitter land, wherever this program is reaching you from, all we ask is that you be a friend, tell a friend, and we will see you next week. Bye.